Today in Sacramento, California, the city's mounted police unit rides off into the sunset. Budget cuts win, horses lose, and downtown loses a familiar set of hooves. I'm Dean Bark. Welcome to the City Report with Dean Bark here in Sacramento. Let's kick things off with a bang. Yuba County deputies say 2 people are in custody after a dramatic carjacking pursuit in East Linda on Wednesday night. The Yuba County Sheriff's Department responded to a report of a vehicle taken by force on Heil Avenue. Deputies later found that stolen car abandoned, then zeroed in on another vehicle believed to be carrying the suspects. The chase ended near the 10th Street Bridge, where deputies arrested a 31-year-old man and a juvenile. That's a minor whose name is not being released. The investigation is still active. Deputies recovered the original stolen vehicle, but it was unoccupied when located. If you were in that corridor last night and saw a fast-moving caravan of sirens, that's what you witnessed. Here's the takeaway. It's alarming to see juveniles involved in such serious crimes. This highlights a need for community intervention before kids end up in the back of a patrol car. Carjacking cases escalate fast, and they can spill across neighborhoods and jurisdictions in minutes. Not exactly a joyride, more like an express lane to felony charges. Moving on. Former teacher Cinnamon Mary Trimpe, a former educator at Rio Linda High School in North Sacramento County, appeared in Sacramento Superior Court and pleaded not guilty to felony embezzlement and obtaining money by false pretenses. Prosecutors allege she siphoned money from the school's student body account between December 2022 and March 2024, in part by using a private bank account for student business. Trimpe was arrested earlier this week, released on bond, and is due back in court July 15th. The allegation here hits where it hurts. Student activity funds pay for clubs, events, and the kind of campus life that keeps kids engaged. When those dollars go missing, opportunities vanish right along with them. Oversight matters. Without routine audits, dual sign-offs, and transparent accounting, misappropriation can fly under the radar for far too long. My view is straightforward. Misappropriating student funds is a grave breach of trust that demands strict accountability. And no, that's not what we mean by extra credit. Let's pivot to the North State. The city of Willows, a small city in Glenn County, has declared a public safety emergency after its contract for law enforcement services with the Glenn County Sheriff's Office expired July 1st. The Glenn County Sheriff's Office has been providing policing under contract. Willows also filed a civil lawsuit on June 9th seeking an injunction to keep services running during negotiations over costs. City leaders, including Mayor Evan Hudson, the elected head of Willows city government, say they're disappointed and are asking the state for help while they work to re-establish a local police department. For context, Willows scrapped its city-run department back in 2017 and has relied on the county ever since. No one wants a gap in patrols, especially when response times and basic deterrence are on the line. This situation underscores the critical need for reliable law enforcement agreements in small communities. The stakes are immediate and very real. And yes, nothing says neighborly compromise like a lawsuit, but sometimes that's the only lever left to keep the lights on for public safety. Shifting gears to Folsom. Folsom Police, the city's department east of Sacramento, have begun a summer-long crackdown on e-bikes and e-motos, citing a spike in risky behavior among teens. On Wednesday, officers impounded an off-highway electric motorcycle tied to a vandalism case from June 23rd at the Palladio, the outdoor shopping center in Folsom. The juvenile rider is linked to that incident, and police say they'll submit the case for criminal charges. Here's the fine print that matters. In California, e-bike rules depend on class and age. Class 1 and 2 e-bikes are legal for riders under 16, while Class 3 models and e-motos carry stricter requirements that can include age, helmets, and where you can ride. Folsom police plan extra patrols in hotspots for violations all summer, and they're urging parents to know the rules before that next ride hits the street. My take: enforcement is crucial. Education on safe riding practices has to keep pace. If it's got a motor and no plate, it's not a bicycle. It's a conversation with an officer waiting to happen. Last up, back here in Sacramento, The city's mounted police unit has been disbanded as of July 1st, ending a run that dates to 1998. The unit, 3 horses with their officers, patrolled the central city in Old Sacramento and became a staple of community events and weekend crowds. The city says the cut saves about $918,000 as part of broader budget trimming. Officer Matthew Jones, who served with the unit, said a heartfelt goodbye to his horse, Thor, who will retire alongside him. The department notes that community engagement is evolving with technology and staffing changes, but there's no denying the goodwill those towering patrols generated face-to-face, especially on busy evenings along the waterfront and K Street. Here's the bottom line. Budget constraints are real, but cuts shouldn't come at the expense of programs that build trust. Sometimes the budget axe swings where the hoofprints are deepest. And that's your report for today from the City Report with Dean Bark in Sacramento. Have a great day and see you tomorrow.